Days coming, wanna drive my car into a pub.
All the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies, all the single ladies.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break.
Ba 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 na na. Ba 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 na na. Oh, ba 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 na na. Ba ba ba.
I was quite nervous about how things are going to go because I heard from a lot of seniors that if the team is not right, you tend to struggle a lot. But once I met the team and after the initial ice-breaking activities and things like that, we were able to connect much better. And we understood a lot about each other in the first few days, so I did not struggle much with the team.
Before the IE project, as a IT student, I was questioning myself that I will not be qualified to build this application. But since the project goes on, I'm just getting more and more confident, and I'm lucky we finished the project very successfully.
So before IE, as a data science student, I was worried that I might have some skill gaps in developing the apps or websites. But I have tried my best to use what I learned to have my team throughout the 3 iterations, and I was lucky to have all of my team members. They are so talented and cooperating within the whole project. So I was very happy about that.
So before the IE, I was a little worried about what my teammates may look like because I'm a kind of person that may easy to be nervous when communicate with the new people. But I'm very glad that my teammates are really kind. They took care of me, and we did had a really good time. So I'm very appreciate that I have my team.
I think the most difficult part about IE was coming up with one single consensus within the team about how we are going forward with the ideas. But in the end, I think we had a good understanding about how we will go ahead within the team. We had certain disagreements, but overall we understood that whatever we had to do was for the better of the project, and we were able to work things out, and which was great.
I think for me, there are 2 most difficult parts during the IE project. One is that the coding, because for me as a developer, I have to implement all the ideas into the real functions, make the ideas come true. It's really hard sometimes. And another one is that to think up of the new ideas, came up with the new ideas, because since we already implemented and came up many different functions ideas in the previous 2 iterations. So in iteration 3, it's really hard to think about the very new ideas or new features. Yeah, that's really make us frustrated.
The most difficult part, I think, is how to gather idea from the ideation step to the real development. Because apart from function, you also need to consider that whether it is user-friendly to construct your button in this or that way. Actually, it requires all the members to be very engaged to take their responsibility that assigned to their position.
The most difficult part, I think, is to make the new ideas come up, because when in the iteration 3 we cannot think a new feature, and at that time I think the brainstorming is really important, and luckily we have tutors help.
I think IE was a great platform for all students without experience to understand how the organization and the industry is going to be. Especially for people who do not have experience, it's great to understand that how to be professional and how to be within the team, how to perform better. a lot of soft skills that I take from IE are something that I really cherish and try to improve on for the rest of my career.
It must be the teamwork. Everything is about a team. We learned a lot during the IE project and team working, such as communication skills, how to avoid conflicts, and how can we allocate our tasks evenly to each person, and how can we maximize each one's contribution into the project. I think we learned a lot during the project, and of course the coding skills, agile team, and developing skills, something like that.
First thing I learned is the communication, because it is important to express your thoughts and solve the conflicts through the communication. And I also learned some technical skills such as how to do the user story and how to do your project management through the Linkit or timesheet. And also I learned how to promote your teamwork through the efficient meetings.
Through the IE, I learned how a real project to be created and proceed the whole process and finally complete the project. I think it's really meaningful and helpful for my future working life.
Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Baby, it's time to let the old ways die. Takes a lot to change, man. Hell, it takes a lot to try. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Nobody knows what waits for the dead. Nobody knows what waits for the dead.
Good night. You're stupid. Meaty.
I'm glad those days are gone for good. But if I could take spirits from my past and bring them here, you know I would, know I would. Nobody speaks to God these days. Nobody speaks to God these days. I'd like to think he's looking down and laughing out of ways. Nobody speaks to God these days. When I was a child, they tried to fool me. Said the worldly man was lost and that hell was real. Well, I've seen hell in Reno, and this world's one big old Catherine wheel spinning still. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die. It takes a lot to change your plans, hell, a train to change your mind. Maybe it's time to let the old ways die.
Oh my gosh, the IE is so difficult.
Yeah, I think we need more help.
Yeah.
Lindsay, Ganesh, do you copy? On your left. Guys, you help?
Yeah. Yes.
Let's begin.
On the floor!
Assemble. So where's the fifth one?
Wait a second.
I think the color of the background is nice, but you should make the text bigger.
I am needy.
I think the icons are more in line with what we are trying to do with all the features. It's nice.
I am needy.
But I think the UI design that's good.
I am needy.
Hurry, is that all functions?
What? You think that's not enough?
Alright, let's go.
I am inevitable.
I am Ganesh.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh.